Hey guys, Mr. again for another video today, and we are back with our Draft to Glory franchise mode. And in this one, we will sim through season number 5, yeah, season number 5. Let's see. So, 17, 18, 19, 20, or 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21. Yes, okay. So, we are going to sim season number 5. And I gotta show you guys the team anyways, so let's take a look at the team. We are gonna be simming through year number 5 with probably the best team we have ever had in the series. So let's look at this line, these lines, I should say. So our top line this year will be consisted of Todd Jaspers, Jonathan Drouin, and Vladislav Namestnikov. Our second line will be Taylor Radish with Anthony Cirelli and Andre Palat. Our third line will be Tyson Cullimore with Brett Howden and Matthew Joseph. And then our fourth line will be Boris Kachuk with Alexei Lipanov and Richard Panik. Our defensive pairings will be Victor Hedman with Ryan Merkley. Our second pair will be Cal Foote with Tony DeAngelo. Our third pair will be Slater Quack and Radko Gudas. Our goaltenders will be Connor Ingram as the starter and Oliver Rodrigue as our backup goaltender, which, to be fair, he could be the starter next season, depending on how much growth he gets, depending on if Gringram, I was looking at the G, and then I put Ingram, depending on if Ingram will grow anymore. He's a 79. He could be the backup of the series. He could be the starter of the series, for this entire series. Who knows? To be honest, I do not. But anyways, let's look at our AHL lineup. So we have Kalle Zibanejad with Olli Hentunen and Oleg Tutin. Our second line will be Ivan Kosarenkov with Lawrence Like and Vitaly Leonov. Third line will be Alexander Volkov with Cedric Paquette and Brett Connolly. Our fourth line will be Otto Sompi with Mitchell Stevens and Nick Agostino. Defensively, we have Ronnie Woolley, who is arguably one of our best defensive prospects. Plus, we do need a left-handed defenseman, I would say. Then playing with Mark Barberio. Then we've got Sean Chipchura with Pat Stillman. And our third pair will be Sergei Punanovs with Chris Bodie. The goaltending tandem is Ronnie Thomas, who's a pretty decent starting goaltender, with Shannon Cato. So yeah, that's what the lines are going to look like for this upcoming season. Yeah, we'll see. Adam Ernie's in the AHL, but I don't have him playing. Is that what I want? I didn't notice that, to be honest with you. I feel like I should play Ernie. Can we take out Mitchell Stevens? Or should we take out someone else? Let's take out... It's either Paquette or Stevens. I don't want to take out Agostino. I don't really want to take out Sompi, so... Paquette has awful face-offs. I also got to put Killorn in just so he doesn't get super demoralized. So I guess we're going to take out both of them then. That's fine. So Ernie and Killorn will then be in the lineup. So our face-off man will be Otto Sompi for the fourth line. All right, so there. Those are the new look lines. You guys can see them very clearly there. But yeah, let's get going into the seed. Actually, one second before we do that. Let's go and look at the draft class for this season. So we're still listed as a rebuilding team. One day we will get to that hopeful status, and I can't wait to see it. There is a franchise player projected to go in this year's draft. We have Tom Mann, Clifford Suter, Tommy Sawatsky, and Tyson Letowski, and then Henry Harrison, who, by the looks of it, to be the top 5. We've got a goalie in the top 10 projected, just outside of the top 10, and Don McCackern of the Everett Silvertips. All right, so I don't really expect us to get high draft picks anymore, especially since we made the playoffs last season. Whether that means we're going to make the playoffs this season or not, I do not know. Just because we made the playoffs last season does not mean we will make it again this season. But I am going to try a new scouting method this season. Well, not new. I've done it before, but we're going to try it out. So we're going to sim the first month and preseason, and we'll see how the season starts. So what I'm going to do for scouting is 1 week each in every single location, depending on if there's like under 3 players in one location. But yeah, we're going to start off by doing 1 week everywhere. So 1 week in every single country, every single league, more than likely. I say 1 week in every single country. That's just not right. 1 week for every for every position. I try fighting off that yawn. I'm sorry. Yeah, but unfortunately, this is going to slow the sim down a little bit. But it's not that big of a deal. We went 6-1-0 in the preseason. That's interesting. And we lose the home opener and the season opener. Nice. Well, we won our first game on the road. All right, so let's see. This, like I said, guys, this is going to take a while now to get through the regular season. I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible, though, but with the fact that we are going to be doing 1 week sims every time, and the sim seems slow right now. And we're off to a good start, 3-1-1 in our first 5 games, which is very good. Definitely not as good as our Columbus, as the start that we had with our Columbus team that I uploaded earlier. If you guys haven't seen that, please do go and check that out. Obviously, if you're only watching this series, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you only watching this series? I'm kidding. I am 100% kidding. I'm sure there is nothing wrong with any of you guys. But like I said, go and check out that series because it is a good one. So in our first 10 games, we went 7-2-1. That's a pretty damn good record, if I say so myself. Not too bad. We'll see how our record is going to look throughout this entire season, though. I am very interested to see whether we will make the playoffs again. Like I said, I would assume we would, but anything could happen. So in our first month, we are 8-2-2. It is very early on to see what's going on. Todd Jaspers, though, starting off the season right with 12 points in 12 games, 6 goals and 6 assists for him. So that's nice. Top line, so Giroux has 7-4, and Nemesnikov has 2-8. Taylor Radish has 7 goals already. Jesus Christ, okay. Nobody else has scored on that second line, though. Just Radish. I'm so tempted to change, or I really should change Sorelli into a playmaker, because he is an okay two-way forward, but I feel like him as a playmaker, maybe he would just be more offensively minded. And you know what? I think I might do that after I check these stats really quickly. Third line, Tyson Cullimore in his rookie season. Excited to see how he's going to do. Alexei Libanov, I believe, to be in his rookie season as well. Yes, he is. All right, so our team is very minusy right now, but that's fine. Will one of these two players ever win the Norris, guys? That is a question I would like to know. Edmund starting off the season right with 9 points in 12 games, and as well as Merkley with 9 points in 12 games. Will Merkley surpass his past 2 seasons as well? Who knows? Cal Foote and Anthony D'Angelo or Tony D'Angelo. I want Foote on the right side because I feel like he actually could grow on that right side. So one thing I meant to say to you guys, I forgot to. I was hoping for Foote to get around 20 points this season, which would be nice to see. And as for D'Angelo, off to a slow start, which is not good. We will see if he can improve. As for our bottom pair, I'd like for them to put up a combined 20 points. So we'll see. Quack Quack in the AHL last season put up 18 points, and then Gudis last season in the NHL put up 10 points. So hopefully they can put up a combined 10. As for the goaltending, Connor Ingram's already up to an 80, but it is statistical growth. He's not doing good either. But Oliver Rodrigue, 5 games, 2 wins, 940 save percentage, and a 1.88 GAA. So he's rocking out in that backup goalie position. 76 overall. We'll see how his growth continues over the season. And another thing I do need to look at this season is we have quite a few important players that we have to re-sign this season. Todd Jaspers is one of them, who is actually 91 now, which I didn't even realize. Jaspers, Merkley, Nemesnikov, D'Angelo, Palat are the main ones, though, of course. Now, Jaspers, Merkley, and D'Angelo want extensions, but Nemesnikov and Palat do not. But like I said, I didn't say this, but if I sign them in the mid-season, then I should be able to get them for much cheaper deals. Now, as much as I like to sign Jaspers to an 8-year deal, he only wants a 2-year deal, so I'm only going to give him 4 years. So, but 4 years at $5 million, that would be a wicked contract for him. And for some reason, I've mentioned this to you guys before. Players usually will tend to take a lot less than what you offer them during the regular season when you offer them mid-season contract extension. So Merkley, 6.6 for the next 6 seasons. And Nemesnikov, I'm going to have to give close to what he wants, if not what he wants. He does not want a lot of money, which is nice. Nice to see. So, you know what, 4 years? I'm going to try 4.75 for the next 4 seasons. If he likes that, that would be very nice to see. Anthony D'Angelo, no matter how bad or good he does this season, I do want to sign him to at least under $4 million if I can. 2 years won't or 3 years probably won't happen, but let's do 4.8 for the next 2 seasons for D'Angelo. I'm okay with that. That is also a good contract. And Andre Palat as well. He only wants $2 million. Wow, I could sign him to a 5-year deal under $1.8 million. Jesus, that is wicked. A 5-year deal at $2 million. I'm going to do that, to be honest. Even though he'll be 35 at that point, a 5-year deal for under $2 million for an 84 overall is really damn good. Everybody else, though, I am going to hold off on. But, yeah, that's a wicked deal for Palat. So, we are listed as hopefuls now as well. Okay, our chemistry as a team is 87, which is good, which I think, truly, I do believe that the higher the chemistry you are, obviously, the better your team will play. So let's now sim the month of November. We'll see if any of those players do accept. And we'll see. So, Palat rejected, okay. Okay, Nemesnikov rejected, but D'Angelo, Jaspers, and Merkley all accepted. Actually, I stopped the sim, but you know what? I'm just going to sim to the end of this month, and then we'll try Nemesnikov and Palat out again. I am going to have to give them probably what they want, which is okay, because they both aren't asking for a lot by any means, so I'm perfectly okay with that. Just the scary part about that is seeing what they want. Does that mean that they're going to drop overall? Like, I'm pretty sure Nemesnikov is an 85 playing at an 87, but I believe Palat's a regular 84 playing at an 84, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And Tampa is still doing very, very good with a record of 13-4-2. 14-4-2, make that. So we are starting off pretty damn solid. Let's edit the trade block, because I don't think I did. We'll take off those 3 guys. I don't want to trade any of them, and they're all going to stay on the team for sure. QMJHL goaltenders. Speaking of the QMJHL, I want to do a series, guys. I want to do a series. I don't know if I'll do it this year. Because I've already done basically 2 Drafted Glories, because obviously this Drafted Glory franchise mode plus Houston was kind of basically a Drafted Glory. We had 3 franchise players, guys. I mean, it was a unreal amount of franchise players we had in that series as we lose 9-3 to Arizona, which is not good. But yeah, as I was saying, would you guys be interested in seeing a Drafted Glory where we just draft players from the QMJHL? Now, I think that would be very interesting. I think that would be a fun time to see how that works, but you guys, of course, have to let me know. So, how about $5 million for the next 4 seasons for Nemesnikov? We'll try that. He'll be 33 at that point, which is crazy to think, because he's actually only like 23 right now in real life, I think. No, 24, 25 maybe. I'm not too sure. So Palat, his asking price went up, which is perfectly understandable. So let's do a shorter deal then. We'll do 3 years at $3 million, which is not a bad deal for him. So yeah, 3 years, $3 million. So a 3x3 contract for Palat, and we'll sim through the month of December now, and we'll also see if those two accept. If they don't, then I'll have to offer them more, but we will see. So 2 Boston games in a row. We win the first one. Palat rejected. Okay. And the second Boston game, we don't know yet. We won, and we also got Vladislav Nemesnikov to re-sign with us. So I will look after this month of simulation to see if we can get Andre Palat. I thought a 3-year deal at $3 million was going to be a good deal for him, but apparently not. So we'll offer him a different one. Have we finished North America? We have not. We have goalies left to do. So let's finish that then, and then we'll get on our way to the European leagues to see how good we are doing there. So, or to see how good the prospects are doing there, I should say. So, guys, with a record of 23, 7-2, I think it was. 1 second. With a record of 23, 7-2. We may be on pace for a President's Trophy contendership, which, knock on wood, that actually does happen. I would love to see that with a hopeful status team. I think that would be absolutely unreal. But yeah, so we'll get to the end of this month, and we will offer 6-1 loss, man. What is with us having a big loss every time I end a month of simulation? Todd Jasper's almost still point per game. He only had 2 goals in that month, though, so that's not very good. But still 1 point behind point per game, so he's still doing good. So he's got 36 points. Drouin has 31. Not too bad. And Nemesnikov has 34. Yes. Radish has 19. Sorelli has 23, and I did forget to change him to a playmaker. And Palat has 27. Cullimore is up to an 83. Still lists as a third liner. All right. Does he take a lot of shots, guys? 56. I figured just with the player type that he was, being a two-way forward, plus with his really good slap shot and not as great wrist shot, I figured he would be a shooter and he'd be able to score, but maybe not. We will see. He's got a pretty good shot right now, I'd say, though. Howden with 15 points, Joseph with 19 points, Kachuk with only 4, Lipanov with 9, and Panik with 8. So that bottom line, not doing all that great. Ryan Merkley's a 91, whether he's actually 91 or not, though I do not know. So 25 points for Hedman. Not bad. 28 points, though, for Merkley. Very good. Second pair, D'Angelo picked it up. He's now at 22 points. If he can get to 40 points every season, I'd be extremely happy with that. So 22 points for him. Foote has 7 points. Don't think he will hit 20 points this season. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Anything could happen. Quack with 1 and Gudis with 2. So plenty of time for them to get 7 more points, but we will see. Now to the goaltenders. Ingram still an 80. He brought his stats up as Rodriguez has gone down. So interesting. If Rodriguez's stats stayed where they were, he could have been absolutely unreal. Plus with Ingram's stats going up or getting a lot better, then that would have been absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So let's go and change Sorelli now, just to see if having him as a playmaker would be better. Let's see. Details. What number is he? He's number 9. Center playmaker. So he's replacing Tyler Johnson with that number 9 as a centerman, second line center. Nice. All right. So there we go. So maybe having Sorelli as a playmaker now will make it a lot better, but we shall see. So record of 25, 10-2. let's continue on. Will Jaspers finish point per game this season, guys? That is a question I have for you, and a question I would like to know the answer to soon, or here soon enough. So let's continue the scouting. Sorry, I was cracking my knuckles, didn't have my hand on the controller. Continuing the SHL, we'll do goalies for a week, of course. Gonna do a week in absolutely everywhere, more than likely, I guess I should say. Not for sure, but more than likely we will, as we are approaching 30 wins this season. We don't actually have as good of a record as Detroit, although they have played 2 more games than us with 1 extra time, or 1 more extra point, and 1 more, or I was going to say 1 more extra win, but we tied them in wins with the win over them. Then we have a 6-day break, or 5-day break. Damn. And was that our 30th win? Maybe. I don't think it was. 1 second. Against New Jersey, it was not. Okay, but Nashville is where we get our 30th win of the season with a record of 30-12-2. Jesus. New York was 33-11-1, and we actually just beat them as well. Man, dude, I'm telling you, if we had Vasilevsky on this team could be absolutely unreal. It would be quite astonishing to see how good this team could be at that point. Anthony Stolarz, no thank you. And we finish off the month of January on a 3-game losing streak, which is not good. But still with a record of 31-15-2. That's pretty damn good. Nemesnikov is now leading our team in points. We are still first in our division. We are a few points behind New York and New Jersey, though. And we are tied for the lead. We are tied, or actually, we are, I believe, 3rd best in the league, and we are better than every Western Conference team that's out there right now, which is kind of hysterical, to be honest with you guys. All right, let's go back to headlines. I do want to see how good is Jaspers doing now. Still not doing too bad. Will he surpass his goal total? Like I said, will he get point per game this season? He will most definitely get close. Whether he will or not, though, I do not know. Giroux, 20 and 21, nice. Yeah, that's more goals then. More goals than Jaspers. All right, top line still doing good. I like what I see from that second line as well, minus the minuses. Tyson Cullimore with 12 goals now as well. Pretty good rookie season for him so far. And that 4th line, I think, might have picked it up a little bit there. Hedman with 31, and Merkley with 32. Okay, D'Angelo with 27 now, so he has most definitely picked it up. Cal Foote, 9 points. More than likely will surpass his career high in points, I would hope, at least. Will he get the 20 points, though? That is the question. Quack with 1, and Gudas with 3. Like I said, guys, all I want from that bottom pair is to get a combined 10 points. If they cannot do so, I'm going to be kind of disappointed in them. Actually, before we do anything really quickly, is there anybody I should call up before moving forward? Oleg Teuton leading the team in points down in the AHL. Hentonen, we could. Kelly Zibanejad has grown a decent amount. Lawrence Leig still listed as a minor checking forward. Kosarenkov is listed as a minor scorer. I mean, obviously we could call up Killorn or Connolly or Ernie, but I don't want to do that. As for defense, Wooley's up to a 75. He may very well be ready for the NHL next season. Chipchura's grown. Bodie has grown. I think Bunanov's has as well. Stillman, did he go up? I think he might have as well. As for the goaltending, Cato has not changed, and Thomas, I think, is either a +1 or a +2. Interesting. Alright, so let's head back to the NHL, and I guess we'll just sim to the deadline and check out some more stats at that point. And at this rate, I would be very, very surprised if our team did not make the playoffs, although anything could happen. We are on a 4-game losing streak right now, but we eliminated that losing streak with a back-to-back wins, I should say, against New York and Toronto. Had to be Toronto. It just had to be. Now, I haven't really looked at Syracuse all that much, but they're doing just as good as our NHL team, essentially being 32, 16, and 6. Very, very good record, I would say. And we just beat Montreal 8-0, which I did not see, but damn, that is a heavy score line. Unreal. Last time scouting Russia, well, for now at least. See, after I'm done going through everywhere for 1 week, Justin Braun waiver claim, no thank you. After we are done moving or simming every single spot or scouting every single spot, that is when I will head back to the draft class and see if there's places I don't really have information on players, and see where I should head to scout next. So as for the Dell, I probably won't look at goalies just since there's only 2. I just don't think it's worth it. But you never know, it could happen. Let's see. So we are just a couple of days away from the deadline with nearly 40 wins. Could get our 40th win if we do beat Carolina here, which we will see. Dell defenseman for a week. Can we beat Carolina? We cannot. So we will not have 40 wins before the deadline, unfortunately. Damn, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Todd Jaspers is over point per game right now as well. We are still atop of our division, second place in the Eastern Conference, and we are still better than every team in the Western Conference right now. Very nice to see. Still listed as a hopeful, which is surprising. Let's go and look at the team really quickly. Any player growth I see here, Matthew Joseph is up to an 83. Cullen Moore's having 30 points in his rookie season. You know what? That's not bad. Foot's up to an 85, and Hedman's up to a 96. He has 46 points this season. Will, I would say, surpass all of his point totals from from this series, except for maybe year number 1. I don't know if he'll surpass year number 1's point totals, but that would be interesting to see. As for Ryan Merkley, 40 points. He slowed down that month, so that's not very good. But, wait, really? 40 points. I'm pretty sure I said 30. I was going to say, wait, D'Angelo has more than him, but no. 33 points from D'Angelo, not too bad. Cal Foote, 11 points, so he has surpassed his career high in goals and career high in points. Will he surpass 20 points this season, though? That is the question. Let's go back to Cal Foote, because I did notice at the start of this episode he did have higher offensive awareness than he did defensive awareness, plus it actually grew. I believe it was 88-85 for offensive and defensive awareness, but now it's 89-86, so interesting. He has 98 speed, which I did not know. 2 points for Quack Quack and 4 points for Gudis. They're 4 points away, guys. The goaltenders, Ingram's still an 80 with a 914 save percentage, and then Rodrigue with a 916 save percentage, and still a 76. Alright, obviously I will look at progress reports at the end of the season. Now, we aren't going to make any trades, of course, although it is tempting to trade away Ernie Killorn. Well, I wouldn't be able to trade away Killorn, but Ernie and Connolly. I could do that. Not going to, though. Let's sim to the end of the regular season, and we will see. Will we surpass 40 wins? Will we surpass 50 wins? 2 good questions, as we are on a 3-game losing streak to start off. I guess 2-game losing streak after the deadline. But, yeah, so 3-game losing streak. Make that 4. Make that 5. Jesus, and then our next win came in a shootout, so yeah, that little 5-game, I believe it was, losing streak probably just completely eliminates any chances of us winning the President's Trophy, which definitely sucks unless we actually just don't lose another game this season in regulation, which we just did to Vegas. So more than likely, we won't be winning a President's Trophy this season, which kind of sucks because that would seriously boost the morale on our team if it could genuinely get any higher. Now, the last question I have for you guys is, will we hit 50 wins? I think we have about 8 games left. So, let's see. National League. We're almost done the scouting reports. So 47. Wow, a 9-0, and then an 8-5 win, and then an 8-1 loss. Jesus, an extra point, and we have to win our last 3 games of the season if we want to hit 50 wins. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to lose to Boston. Let's see, we beat Philly. We beat Boston. It could happen. Last game of the season, a shootout loss. Oh, this game. Nah. We lost. Alright, well, interesting. Is there any place I'd like to go to first before I view everything? I believe I'm just going to head right back to the WHL because that's where the majority of the draft is. So let's do forwards for 3 weeks, and we will face the Florida Panthers in round number 1 for the 2nd season in a row. Very interesting. Let's go and check out some point totals, guys. 31 minutes, 81 points for Drouin. That means we do not have a point per game player. That sucks. But I know we have some players that are close, and damn it, we also did not win our division. Although we did do better than Florida, so we do have home ice for at least the first round. Alright, interesting to see. So, yeah, we finished second in the Atlantic. Let's go check the Eastern Conference. We finished third in the Eastern Conference. I'm assuming the Rangers won the Presidents. They did. And after me saying throughout the entire season that we were better than every Western Conference team, that 5-game losing skid, I think it was, really screwed us over, having Arizona, San Jose, Edmonton, and Chicago all finishing higher than we did. That losing streak really did diminish our great season, but we finished 7th overall in the league with, let's see, tied for third in wins as a team. Let's go back to let's go. Yeah, so Boston came in last, and then St. Louis and Colorado. Interesting. Most losses in the league went to the Bruins. Most extra time points went to Washington and Vancouver with 12. They both missed the playoffs. Best point percentage as a team went to New York. Yeah, fair, obviously. Excuse me. Most goals for went to Florida. That's scary. I mean, I'm assuming their top line has not changed. We are 7th in goals for in the league, so that's not too bad. Goals for per game. Is it just the same? Yeah, basically, I believe. We had a 3.21 percent chance, or a 3.21 goals for per game, which is pretty damn good. Goals against, Boston had the most in the league. The least was Chicago with 189. Where are we for goals against? We finished about middle of the pack with 235. Again, I'm assuming middle of the pack, yeah, with 287 for goals against. So goaltending obviously wasn't that great, but could you really think it is? By the looks of it, we may have the most power play goals in the league. Never mind, we do not. Wow, Toronto had the same amount of power play goals with us, and they didn't even make the playoffs. They did awful. Florida, their power play, something to be worried about, and Los Angeles. Wow, yeah, really good power play from LA. Alright, I'm not going to look at total power plays. Power play percentage, let's see, we finished 8th in the league for power play percentage with a 25.1%, so that's really good. Power plays against, we're not going to look at that. Time shorthanded, 196 for us. That is pretty damn good. That is 7th in the league for at least amount of shorthanded goals. Penalty kill was not good. Okay, so I should definitely change up our penalty kill heading into the Florida series. We only had 2 shorthanded goals. New York had 10. Jesus, the best home ice record went to Chicago, although we were 3rd. I don't know why I said Chicago, so weird there, don't ask me. We finished 3rd in the league with the best home record. As for an away team, the best away team was Buffalo with 29, 9, and 3. Interesting. In our last 10, where are we? We went 5-3-2, which is not very good. Alright, so those are all the stats throughout the entire league. Let's go, or team stats, I should say, at least. Holy shit, Jonathan Drouin had 46 goals this season, guys. Todd Jaspers had 80, not 80 goals, sorry, 80 points. Let's see, Drouin had 81 points, Jaspers had 80, Nemesnikov had 79, Hedman had 70. So, he almost surpassed his career high of real life at 72. So, what a wicked season from Hedman that one was. And as for Merkley, he had 55 points, unable to surpass his career high last season. Actually, that's a career low in assists for him, but a career high in goals for him as well, so interesting. Andre Palat with 47 points, Matthew Joseph with 45, playing like an 84 overall. He had 23 goals. Cirelli with 45 goals. DeAngelo with 41 points. He's an 86. I believe he was an 85. 41 points, not too bad. All right, well, Taylor Radish with 39 points. He had 24 goals. Tyson Cullimore with, 39? Yeah, 39 points in his rookie season. All right, interesting. If he could shoot more, I bet you he could score more as well. Howden with 37 points. Panik with 20 points. Lipanov with 17 points in his rookie season, so not too bad. But unfortunately, Cal Foote was unable to hit 20 points this season, although he did have 15. So he didn't do, or he did a lot better than I expected him to be fair. I figured he'd land around the 10 points again, but you know what, that's not too bad. Boris Kachuk with 13, Radko Gudas with 5, and Quack Quack with 4. Bottom pair got 9 points, unable to get 10. Disappointed, guys. Let's see, who led our team in goals? Obviously, it was Drouin, 46. We had 2 30-plus goal scorers. We had 5 20-goal scorers. Tyson Cullimore was 1 off 20 goals. Best plus-minus was Hedman with 35. Most penalty minutes was Jaspers with 71. Most power play goals was Drouin with 16. Most power play points was Jaspers with 25. Most short-handed goals was Howden and Cullimore, each with 1. Those were the only 2 with short-handed goals. Cullimore, Hedman, Howden, Jaspers, and Merkley with short-handed points. Most game-winning goals went to Drouin at 10. Most shots was Drouin at 295. Best shooting percentage was Cullimore and Drouin with a 15.6. Time on ice went to Hedman at 25.4. I'm assuming he also played the most minutes. Yes, he did. Best face-off man on our team, I would say... I would say probably Drouin. Yeah, Cirelli is not a great face-off man. Yeah, I'd say Drouin probably did the best in the dot for us. Interesting. He had 51.8%. Yeah, he did the best. Most hits went to Jaspers with 208. All right, block shots, 112 from Cal Foote. Holy shit. We had... all 6 of our defensemen had over 70 block shots, Jesus, and 3 of them had over 100, so that's really good. Most giveaways on our team was Gudas with 66. Most takeaways was Jaspers with 77. Very good. Anybody fought on our team? Let's see. 2 fights from Gudas and 1 from Quack Quack. Bottom pair with the only ones with fights. Let's go check out our goalies. Connor Ingram. Not great, but he did have 33 wins. 33 wins. And Rodrigue, Jesus, with 16 wins and a .908 save percentage. Rookie skaters was just Cullimore and Lipanov. All right, so let's go and check out all skaters in the league, and we will see who led the league in points. Steven Stamkos, of course, with 110 points. He is a 98 overall, as well as Connor McDavid with 107 points. Tolvanen with 106, and Austin Matthews with 99 points. That is the highest I've ever seen him score. Bo Horvat, 97, that's the highest I've ever seen him score. William Nylander, 93 is the highest I've ever seen him score. Jesus, okay, wow. That line of Kajula, Nylander, and Matthews really did some things by the looks of it. Interesting. Names you don't see up there all that often. I've never really seen Barzal up there, or Kachula, or Nylander, or Horvat, or Matthews. Ritzel, 54 goals, and I believe his sophomore season. I think that is less than, well, that is less than Tolvin, and I think Stamkos at 56. Owen Tippett, 85 points. Damn. Sebastian Aho, 84. Brock Besser, 84. Ty Ronning, 82. He's an 89 overall. Jesus. I believe he was playing with McKinnon. Drouin, 81 points. Just one shy of point per game, unfortunately. Most goals went to Ovi with 57. McDavid was the one that had 56. Tolvanen with 55. Nichushkin and Ritzel with 54. Crosby with 53. Stamkos 51. I thought Stamkos had more than that. My bad. Kessel with 50. So there was 950 goal scorers this season. Very interesting. Drouin was top 10 in goals scored. Most assists went to William Nylander with 77. Best plus minus went to Connor McDavid with 45. All right. Interesting. Let's go back to forward or skater. Sorry. Let's look at defensemen. Erik Karlsson led the league in points, although Victor Hedman. Oh, guys, I don't know. Who do they give it to? Will they give it to Victor Hedman, 70 points with as a plus 35, or will they give it to Miro Heiskanen, who was 69, or who had 69 points with a plus 44? Oh, man, I wonder how they're going to battle that out. So most power play goals out of those two went to Hedman. He also had more points than Heiskanen now. The only reason why I'm eliminating Karlsson is because he was a -2. If he had a high plus minus, like anywhere near Hedman's or Heiskanen's, then he would probably win. But no, neither of Hedman or Heiskanen got shorthanded goals. Both had a shorthanded point, though. Heiskanen had more game-winning goals. He also did have just more goals in general. Heiskanen also played more time on ice. I'm very intrigued to see who will win. Hedman had more hits. Heiskanen had more block shots. Hedman had more giveaways and had more takeaways. Alright, well, that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I hope Hedman wins it, of course. Will he, though? I'm not sure. So there was a couple of goalies with 19 goals. Jake Bean had 19. Heiskanen had 19. Yossi, Gostisbehere, Karlsson had 18. Subban and Gilden, sorry. I do remember I made this guy Maxwell Gilden. He had 26 points, and 17 of those points were goals. A lot of double-digit goal scorers this season as for a defenseman, which is very interesting to see. Defenseman who led in points was was Jeremy Owa. Best plus minus was Heiskanen at 44. Yeah. Let's go check goaltenders. Let's see. Most wins went to Igor Shesteryorkin. Wow, he played 73 games. Ilya Samsonov at 43 wins. Best save percentage goes to Ilya Samsonov at a 926. Also the best GAA, I would assume. Andrei Vasilevsky actually had the best GAA. Interesting. New York probably wouldn't be that good if they didn't have Vasilevsky. I should still try and trade for him, guys. I don't know. One day maybe. Rookie skaters, let's see. Who led the league in points as a rookie skater? Bob Hadar with 55. Most goals went to Jeffrey Komisarek with 40. With 28. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at how many points he had. Reginald Viggetti had 23. Best plus minus as a rookie went to Evan Simpson with a 21. Cullimore was top 3 in plus minus for rookies and was top 4 in points for rookies. So interesting. Rookie goaltenders, let's see. Let's sort it by games played, I guess. Olivier Rodrigue was potentially the best rookie, if not Victor Nabokov. Interesting. Alright, guys, that will be it from me in this one. We'll take a look at Florida in the next round, or in the next episode, sorry, obviously. I plan on doing that in the next episode. We will see if we could surpass them this season, though, or will we fall to Florida again? That'll be it for me, guys. Like I said, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did all enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.